We begin tonight with breaking news. Sky 2 live over Encino, where LAPD says there has been an officer-involved shooting. This is all happening near White Oak and Weddington Street. Officers are reportedly searching for that suspect, and at this point, it is unclear if that person was hit.
Now, here's a live look from the ground. A church is apparently inside the perimeter, and a wedding is reportedly going on there. People at the wedding are being told to shelter in place, and there are reports of evacuations of nearby homes. We'll bring you more information as it comes in.
All right, so now to our other big story tonight. A desperate search to find the driver who hit and killed this woman you see right here in Glendale last night. The 72-year-old was out Christmas shopping when she was killed.
And today, police went to nearby businesses hoping to find clues. CBS 2's Cristy Fajardo is live in Glendale with the latest on the investigation. Cristy.
Yeah, the woman was a longtime customer of those stores you see there across the street, and police say she was doing what she had done so many times before. She lives in the area, she came shopping here and was walking home when she was killed. A family is too distraught to talk, but wants you to see the person they lost. This is 72-year-old Novar Ismailian. And on Saturday, Glendale police went door to door, hoping to find clues that will lead them to whoever ran her over and left her to die.
People here drive really fast. They don't pay attention to pedestrians. They don't really watch where they're walking. And so close to home, it's like really upsetting.
Police say this security video from a gift shop shows her moments before she was killed. After finishing shopping at about 7:20 Friday night, she was crossing Glen Oaks at Linden when a car hit her. The driver never stopped and didn't leave many clues.
They started to ask around for some witnesses, but there were none. We started to look and see if there's any video. We found some video, but nothing of the actual collision.
That's why the family released Ismailian's photo. You can make out Christmas lights behind her. They're hoping seeing her face will prompt witnesses to come forward by reminding them there's a family deeply grieving this holiday season. Along Glen Oaks Boulevard, even strangers know it's the right thing to do.
Own up to it so the family can have closure, that kind of thing.
Police say it happened in this unmarked crosswalk, and as you could probably tell, it's dark, and that could be why police say that no one got a really clear look at the car, or at least no one has admitted to getting a clear look. If you did, or if you have any information, Glendale Police would like to hear from you. Live in Glendale, Cristy Fajardo, CBS 2 News.
Cristy, thank you. Smoke was pouring from a 3-story home in the Hollywood Hills tonight as crews battled a fire inside. Sky 2 was overhead as firefighters were on the roof, getting the flames under control. No one was hurt and no word yet on the cause.
One person was killed. Several firefighters were hurt in a house fire in San Bernardino today. CBS 2's Hermela Aragawi, she spoke with the victim's aunt.
A lot of fire and people running around trying to get in, and it was too hot.
A massive midday blaze kills 38-year-old Philip Enos and leaves 2 others, including one firefighter, with severe injuries.
I walked 2 houses down to get a cigarette, and I saw black smoke, and I came running back. And I tried to go in the back door, but it was too hot.
The family tells us Philip and a roommate have lived here for years. This is his aunt.
He did everything I wanted, anything, and he was a good guy. Good guy. I was at work. Someone called me and said, my sister's house is on fire. What am I going to do? Okay, next thing I know, someone said something about paramedics.
Firefighters say they got the report just before noon and arrived to the home within 6 minutes, but the flames had already spread.
They reported heavy fire and smoke coming from 3 sides of the single-family dwelling. There were initial reports of persons trapped within the structure.
Officials tell us 3 firefighters were also injured when a carport fell on them, trapping them underneath. They say the structure was compromised, but because it was illegally built, they couldn't see that.
And that was Hermela Aragawi reporting. 2 firefighters suffered minor injuries. The third is in the hospital with more serious injuries.
2 people from Riverside were among the 4 who died in a crash near Tucson. Richard and Lynn Davis were killed on Interstate 10 yesterday. Authorities say a car crossed the center median and hit their SUV head-on. Then a big rig hit them. In all, 6 vehicles were involved in the chain reaction collision.
Yeah, developing news in Indonesia. Government officials confirm at least 168 people are dead after a tsunami. It's a number that has been going up all night. When nearly 745 are hurt, another 30, well, they're still missing. Scientists believe the tsunami happened because of undersea landslides after the Krakatoa volcano erupted. Well, the violent waves, they struck between the islands of Java and Sumatra. That's just west of the capital. The country's disaster management agency says dozens of buildings were just damaged along the coast. The death toll, as I mentioned, is expected to rise. Indonesia is already trying to recover from another deadly tsunami and earthquake that slammed Palu back in September.
The Senate held a rare Saturday session hoping to work out an end to the partial government shutdown, but they adjourned for the Christmas holiday without a deal. Roughly a quarter of the federal government shut down last night. The main sticking point, President Trump's demand for more than $5 billion to build a border wall. Tonight, 9 federal agencies, including Homeland Security, the State Department, and Justice Department, are closed.
Roughly 25% of the government shut down because of one person and one person alone, President Trump.
Hundreds of thousands of federal workers will be working without a paycheck until a deal is reached.
All right, so here's a live look at LAX tonight. It shows traffic flowing. Nice sight to see, but officials say a record number of passengers, well, they're expected to travel throughout this holiday. CBS 2's Adrianna Weingold, she's live at LAX with an update of how things are going. It looks pretty good for the most part.
Yeah, Chris, I was just going to say it has significantly improved since we checked in with you last hour. You can take a look. You can see the cars moving along here on the upper loop here at LAX. Now, many people we spoke with were asking me, you know, are things going to be impacted by this government shutdown? And what we're seeing is that it is certainly impacting the TSA agents who are now working without pay. This on the one of the busiest weekends of the holiday season. As millions of people travel home for the holidays, airports like LAX are just as crowded as you would imagine.
LAX is just busy. It's always busy.
In terms of traffic, well, it ended up being a pretty typical Saturday out here, but officials are still expecting traffic to pick up tonight and tomorrow. Michael Murlop is trying to get to Houston to spend Christmas with his wife and in-laws, but he missed his flight yesterday because traffic getting into the airport was worse than he had expected.
I came here with enough time thinking I would just walk through security without having to check this bag. Now they're making me check it. So my stress level just went exponentially higher in the last 10 minutes.
LAX officials say you can check their Twitter for recent traffic information. They're updating their page every couple of hours to let you know how long it will take to get into the airport and around the loop. Randy Hudson and his family didn't have any trouble getting through the airport on their way to Texas.
Everything's been really smooth. Got here fast, airport's been fast, everything's good.
The airport is expecting about 5.8 million passengers through the 25-day holiday period between December 14th and January 7th. Rachel Markowitz is thankful she didn't run into too many delays with a toddler in tow.
I've just never traveled with a 2-year-old before, so it's my first time. Her dad's already here, so I'm just trying to get all this stuff ready to go.
Still, officials are encouraging passengers to keep an eye on conditions at the airport before leaving home, and of course, give yourself extra time to get through security and to your gate on time. LAX officials expecting another very busy travel day tomorrow. Live at LAX, Adrianna Weingold, CBS 2 News.
Adrianna, thank you. A small plane made a hard landing at John Wayne Airport in Santa Ana tonight. The Piper PA-28 turned around to land because of engine problems minutes after taking off. The 2 people on board suffered only minor injuries. No one else was hurt.
All right, so crews, they are working around the clock to fix another neighborhood water main break coming up where these residents have moved just days before Christmas.
Plus, the latest on our breaking news, an officer-involved shooting in Encino, a church on lockdown.
And also, wait until you hear what actor Tom Hanks did when he stepped into a local In-N-Out for a bite to eat.
Hey everybody, I'm Garth Kemp. Beautiful shot out towards Long Beach. Your forecasts for Christmas, it's all coming up.